For the first time, there are 4 distinct generations within the working population: baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, and the emerging Generation Z. The roundtable focused on the following issues: how printers are tackling this trend, how they attract and retain talent, what preparations have they made, and what opportunities does the expanded age range bring. Today, the roundtable debated the emerging topic of 4 generations being in the workplace for the first time. How do you see the trend impacting your business?
I think we've just got to embrace it and deal with it. There's obviously issues with the new people coming into the business, the younger people, their work ethic being completely different to potentially the guys who have been in the trade maybe for 40, even 50 years now, I suppose, and those boundaries between the different ages and mixing them all together, and I suppose as a company and as an employer trying to make everything equal.
So we review our staff 3 times a year, or sometimes 4 times a year, and in that we establish how they want to be trained, if they feel they need training, and then we support them in that training that they specifically want. So we don't have any set courses, but we do offer a lot of training to our staff.
Looking further ahead, say 3 to 5 years,
Yeah.
how prepared are you for this 4-generation trend?
At the moment, I'm not prepared. However, we're constantly reviewing and investing in staff and equipment on a yearly basis, which I believe at the moment bucks that trend.
The younger generation is going to be easy enough to deal with because they come into the business like anybody else, and we train them and they integrate into it. It's the older generation, I suppose, as and when, depending what their jobs are, if it's a physical job, how we then take it from a 65-year-old person who may retire, who's then retiring, to then keeping them active and trying to maybe find them as they get slightly older and don't want to do a physical job, how we integrate that into the business.
I think we're very prepared, and as I said, I don't think it's going to have a big impact on our business, in as much as we already employ from 18 to 65, and we employ people on their skill base, not on their age.
We were dealing with a lot of issues such as HR, for example, was one of the main examples where people weren't really necessarily in their comfort zone, and it wasn't an area that they knew much about and sometimes hadn't thought too much about as well. So it made for a different kind of conversation, but the feedback I've had from the guys that took part was that it was a very interesting conversation, and there was a lot of things for them to think about going forward.